Hi Nana. So today we will learn about different types of electron displacement effects. Electron displacement effects. What is the meaning of displacement? Displacement means a shifting of electrons. Which electrons? Shifting of electrons related to covalent bonds. So electron displacement in covalent bonds. The electrons which are related to covalent bonds, they will shift. The electron pair of the covalent bond may undergo displacement or shift. This displacement may be on their own or else due to the under the influence of other species. Okay, some other species may induce the displacement of the electrons present in the covalent bond. So as a result of displacement or else shifting, what happens? Centers of different electron densities are created. For example, if there is a bond between two carbon atoms, so this carbon atom is attached to an atom which is more electronegative atom. What happens? This more electronegative atom, as because of its nature, so it will try to pull the electrons of this electron pair of this bond towards itself. As a result, what happens? So here it acquires negative charge and it acquires positive charge. That means, so this is center, it has become electron deficient center, and this center has become electron efficient center. So that means there is a difference in electron densities, and the centers of electron densities are developed or created. So centers of electron density, different electron densities are created as a result of displacement of electrons. Okay. So the factors, there are certain factors which create the centers of different electron densities in the substrate. Substrate means the substance which is undergoing change is said to be substrate. So there are 5 different types of electron displacement methods. Okay, what are they? One is resonance effect or mesomeric effect. It is also called as conjugation effect. Next one is hyperconjugation, inductive effect, electromeric effect, inductomeric effect. Okay. So these are the 5 different types of electron displacement effects. Okay, or else these are the 5 factors which create centers of different electron densities in the substrate molecule. Okay, so we will learn all these effects one by one. See, out of these 5 effects, the last 2 effects, that means electromeric effect and inductomeric effect, these are the temporary effects, and these first three effects are they are called as permanent effects. So we will learn all these things. Okay, so first of all we will go with the inductive effect. See, what is inductive effect? Inductive effect. Okay, so this is one type of electron displacement effect. See what happens. What is inductive effect? See, it is nothing but partial shifting or displacement. So partial shifting of electrons of sigma bond. The electrons of sigma bond, okay, they undergo partial shifting. So where? Towards a more electronegative atom. The partial shifting of electrons of sigma bond towards the more electronegative atom is called as inductive effect. For example, if this is a compound, so let us assume here, so X is more electronegative atom, so it is connected to carbon. Okay, see what happens. So this is a sigma bond, and sigma bond is made up of a pair of electrons. So this have as it is more electronegative atom, this atom have natural tendency to attract the electron pair. So as a result of its tendency to attract the electron pair, so the electron pair of the sigma bond will partially shift towards that more electronegative atom. So as a result of this, so the more electronegative atom will develop a partial negative charge on it. It develops a partial negative charge on it, and here the carbon will get a partial positive charge. Partial positive charge. So that means here two centers are developed. Okay, so one is electron deficient center and electron efficient center. So because of just the ability or else the tendency of this electronegative atom to pull this electron pair partially, not completely. Okay, so partial shifting of electrons of sigma bond towards the more electronegative atom. So such shifting of electrons is said to be inductive effect. Okay, so look here, this carbon, it has become electron deficient center. So as it is having less electron density, so now it acquires a somewhat electronegative nature. As a result of this one, what happens? So this carbon will pull the electrons of this sigma bond. Okay, the electrons of this sigma bond, they are pulled towards this carbon. Okay, so due to this, what happens? This carbon will suffer some deficiency of electrons, and it will develop a partial positive charge. Some partial positive charge is developed. So here what happens? The charge is decreased. The charge is decreased. Again, this will pull the electron pair of this sigma bond towards it, and this carbon will suffer a partial positive charge, and here the charge will further decrease. Okay, so like this in the chain, so as we move from this center, this is the main center, and from as we move away from the center, what happens? The charge keeps on decreasing. So when the charge keeps on decreasing, the effect, inductive effect, will decreases. So after reaching the fourth bond, so what happens? After reaching the fourth bond, so the inductive effect will cease. That means it will stop. Okay, so what is happening? Partial shifting is taking place. So partial shifting of electron pair towards the more electronegative atom. So here also, so this carbon will become more electronegative when compared to this one. So this electron pair will shift towards this one. And here also, when compared to this carbon will become some more electronegative. So like this, so here that process will take place. Suppose here, if you take this one, suppose if it is less electronegative atom than carbon, so in that case what happens? The sigma bonded electron will move towards the carbon because it is less electronegative atom than carbon. Always remember that. So towards the more electronegative atom only the sigma bonded electrons will shift. Okay, so what happens here? If this is less electronegative than this carbon, so what happens? It will develop a partial positive charge. Now the carbon will get a partial negative charge. Okay, so this is more electronegative atom, whereas this is less electronegative atom. So this is another compound. This is one compound. Okay, so this group is said to be electron withdrawing group because it is attracting the electron sigma electron pair towards itself. Hence, it is said to be electron withdrawing group, or else it is also called as -I group. minus I group, minus I groups. So this X minus I group will try to attract the electron pair, sigma electron pair towards itself, whereas this one it is donating, or else it is releasing its electron, or else it is simply releasing the sigma bonded electron to the other atom. Hence it is said to be electron donating group, or else electron releasing group, or else it is also called as plus I group. Okay, plus I group. So plus I group, wherever the plus I group is present, so that plus I group will release the electrons through the sigma bond into its next atom. So as a result of this one, what happened here, it will acquire partial positive charge, and this carbon will acquire partial negative charge. Okay, so what happens now? So now this effect is transferred, it is transmitted along the chain. Okay, so here the effect is felt much as we move away from this center. So what happens, the effect decreases gradually. Okay, again, so the effect decreases gradually. So up to three or four bonds, this effect is felt. Okay, so such effect, that means partial shifting of electrons belonging to sigma bond towards the more electronegative atom. Okay, it is said to be inductive effect. So now let us see the characteristics of inductive effect. So inductive effect is a permanent effect. Okay, so that means the shifting of electrons will take place permanently. So no complete displacement of electrons. That means these electrons are not shifted completely, they are partially shifted. The effect is permanent, but this electron pair, it is not completely shifted towards this carbon, only partially shift. Here also this electron pair is not completely shifted towards this X from the carbon. So simply the sigma bonded electrons, they are partially shift, they do not undergo complete displacement. Okay, so no complete displacement of electrons of sigma bond, only partial displacement takes place. And particularly this inductive effect, it is operative only in sigma bonds. Okay, it is operated only in sigma bonds. See this effect is present both in saturated and unsaturated compounds also. See, this inductive effect is denoted by this arrow, I mean a line, by using this arrow. So like this. So inductive effect, generally it is denoted like this. Okay, next. So this inductive effect is transmitted along the chain. So it is transmitted. So here it is inductive effect is created, and it is transmitted as the distance from the created point increases. What happens? The inductive effect decreases. So that means inductive effect is transmitted along the chain. It decreases with the distance. So with increasing distance, what happens? The inductive effect is decreased. So here on this carbon, the inductive effect is felt more, whereas on the fourth carbon, so what happens? As the distance increases, the number of bonds increases, the effect is felt less. There is a decrease in the effect. So it is present up to 3 or 4 bonds, and then ceases, disappears, vanishes after 3 or 4 bonds. Okay. Next, there are two types of groups. These groups will create the inductive effect in the molecule. What are those two types of groups? So one type of groups are called as electron withdrawing groups. They are also called as minus I groups. And another type of groups are said to be electron donating or else electron releasing groups. Electron donating groups or electron releasing groups. They are also called as plus I groups. Okay, so we will learn what are minus I groups and what are plus I groups. Okay, right. Minus I groups, a list of minus I groups. So this list is most important. So order, so we have to learn these groups in order only. Okay, in a given order. See, nitrogen, so if it is attached to if it is attached to 3 fluorine groups, so it is highly electron withdrawing group. That means it shows high negative minus I group, minus I effect. So if it is attached to 3 fluorine atoms, the nitrogen which is attached to 3 fluorine atoms and it is having positive charge, so it is the it possesses the highest minus I effect, minus inductive effect group, minus IE group, minus IE group. Okay. So next to NF3 is, this is NF3, NR3. Next to NF3 is NR3 plus. Okay, somewhat it is having somewhat less inductive effect, minus IE than this one. So and it is more than, it shows more minus IE than NH3 plus. Okay, next to NH3 plus is NO2 minus, nitro group, and next to it is cyanide group. Okay, cyanide group. Okay, so that means nitro group, it shows it is having more inductive effect, negative inductive effect, minus I. It is, that means it is more electron withdrawing group than this one. Okay, right. Next to cyanide is aldehyde. Generally aldehyde it is written like this, CHO, and next to CHO is ketone group. So it is ketone group. Okay, so that means inductive effect minus I out of these aldehyde and ketone. So aldehyde shows much minus I effect. Okay, next to ketone is acid group, COOH group. Okay, next to COOH group is fluorine, chlorine. That means these are halogens. So out of several halogens, fluorine shows more minus IE than chlorine. Okay, next to chlorine is bromine, and next to it is iodine. Okay, next to iodine, and next to iodine is alkoxy group. Alkoxy. Next to it is OH group, alcohol group. Okay, so and after this one, so it is CH triple bond, CH. Okay, sorry, C triple bond, CH group. So this group is somewhat less minus I, it shows minus IE, lesser minus IE than OH group. Okay, next to this is NH2 group, amine. It is more or less similar to phenyl group. pH stands for phenyl group. Okay, so which is more, this is more than CH double bond CH2. Okay, group. Okay, and it is more than hydrogen. See, generally the minus IE shown by hydrogen, it is almost 0. Okay, it is almost 0 hydrogen. So that means hydrogen is taken as standard. Okay, so these are all what, so that means when compared to hydrogen, so these are all more minus IE groups. Okay, now let us learn the plus IE groups. So this order is important. We have to learn the order. Okay, so now let us see the plus IE group. So here CH2 minus, it is having more plus, it shows more electron releasing nature. Okay, so that means the plus I nature shown by CH2 minus, it is greater than NH minus. Okay, next to NH minus it is O minus, and next to it is EOO minus. Okay, next to it is a tertiary alkyl group. Okay, tertiary Cr3 means when carbon is attached to three alkyl groups. Okay, then it is said to be tertiary alkyl. Okay, tertiary alkyl, it is having more plus I nature, than secondary alkyl CHR2. That means CHR2 means it is like this. So this is more than this one, and CHR2 it is more than CH2R. This is primary alkyl. This called as primary alkyl group, and which shows more plus I effect than methyl group. Okay, so these are all groups. Okay, like this. So like this, right? We will learn the application of inductive effect, where this inductive effect is used. Applications of inductive effect. See, applications of inductive effect. So that means how inductive effect, how it is useful in our day-to-day life. So mainly three applications. Okay, there are so many applications. So generally we'll discuss about the three main applications of this inductive effect. So one is to explain the stability of alkyl carbocations, and to explain the acidity of carboxylic acids, and to explain the basicity of amines. So in these cases the inductive effect is successfully helpful. So first we will learn about the application of inductive effect. So how to explain the stability of alkyl carbocations. See, if you see the order CH3 methyl group. So methyl group, okay, carbocation means, so the carbon, if it is having positive charge on it, then it is said to be carbocation. So here methyl carbocation, it is somewhat less stable. See, actually there are three hydrogens on this carbon. Okay, suppose if one hydrogen is replaced by methyl group, okay, then what happens? The nature of this methyl group is to pump or else to release electrons. See, actually, so this is a carbocation, so it is suffering from lack of electrons. So this methyl group, what happens? So it will release electrons onto this carbon. As a result, what happens? So the positive charge is decreased. Remember that the charged atom or else a charged species, okay, it is less stable than neutral species. Okay, charged species is less stable. If you see the stability order, so the charged atom is somewhat less stable than neutral species. See, methyl group, it is, so the charge is not, it is not distributed, it is localized. It is localized only on carbon. But when one of the hydrogen is replaced by methyl group, so as methyl group, it is an electron releasing group. As it releases electrons, it will release electrons to this carbon. So as a result of this one, what happens? The positive center, that means the charge will decrease. The positive charge will decrease. So that is why, So when compared to this one, this is more stable. When two hydrogens are replaced, suppose when two hydrogens are replaced by methyl groups, let us assume. So one is hydrogen. So that means when two hydrogens, that means CH3 taken twice. Okay. So it is called as secondary carbocation. Secondary carbocation. So it is a positive charge carbocation. So what happens? This is methyl group and another methyl group. Methyl groups are electron releasing groups. So what happens? It will release an electron. Okay. So the nature of this methyl group is electron releasing group. They show plus I effect. Even this methyl group is also electron releasing. Okay. So what happens? So both the methyl groups will release the electrons to on this carbon. So actually this carbon is having positive charge. So due to this, what happens? Due to the release of electrons from both methyl groups, the positive charge on the carbon decreases. There is reduction in the positive charge, decrease in the positive charge. So whenever there is a decrease in the charge on an atom, so its stability increases. So here, when compared to here, so on this carbocation, so here on this carbocation, so the more electrons are released towards this carbocation. So that means when compared to this carbocation is more stable. So this is methyl carbocation. This is called as ethyl carbocation. Ethyl carbocation. So both are primary carbocations only. Whereas this is secondary carbocation. This is secondary carbocation. This is primary. This is also primary. Whereas this one is secondary carbocation. Secondary carbocation is always more stable than the primary carbocation. Suppose if three hydrogens are replaced by methyl groups, so this is a carbocation actually. So here there are three methyl groups, three electron releasing groups. If they are attached to the carbocation, what happens? So it will enjoy the carbocation, the charge on the carbocation, it is dispersed. It is dispersed. That means, okay, the charge dispersion takes place. Some of the charge is shared by the methyl groups, because these methyl groups, they release electrons, they pump or else they release electrons onto this carbocation. So as a result of this, the charge on the carbocation decreases. Whenever the charge on the carbocation decreases, what happens? Its stability increases. So it is called as a tertiary carbocation. That means stability of an ion depends on charge dispersion. So here the charge is not dispersed, the charge is localized on the same carbon atom. Whereas here some of the charge is dispersed to this one. Okay, so here the charge dispersion is somewhat more. This charge is dispersed to these two groups. Here the charge is dispersed to, it is shared by the three methyl groups, because these three methyl groups will pump or else they release or else they donate the electron density to this carbocation. Okay, that means stability of an ion, it depends upon charge dispersion. So here the carbon is it is dispersing its charge towards more groups. This carbon is dispersing its charge towards to the two groups only. Here this charge is dispersed to the three groups. So as the charge dispersion increases, the stability increases. So I'll write that point. Stability of an ion may be cation or anion. So here we are discussing about cation, but even on the anion also, if the charged anion, it is somewhat less stable than the neutral atom. Okay, so the stability of an ion, it depends on what? Depends on charge dispersion. charge dispersion, delocalization. Dispersion means delocalization. That means here the charge is remained on this carbon only, but here the some of the charge is shared by this methyl group. Here in this case, some more charge is shared by methyl groups, because there are two methyl groups to share the charge. So that means the charge is dispersed to more extent. Here the dispersion of charge, it further increases. So whenever the dispersion of charge increases, what happens? The stability of the ion increases. Okay, see, look here, plus IE groups, positive inductive effect groups, they generally increases the stability. They generally increases the stability of carbocation. So this is what? Plus IE group. This is also plus IE group. So this carbocation, it is connected to 3 plus IE groups. So the number of plus IE groups, if they increase, if the attached number of plus IE groups increases, then what happens? The stability of the carbocation will increase. The plus IE group increases the stability of cations. Okay, it increases stability of cations. Okay, that means plus IE group increases the stability of cations. Okay, as number of plus IE groups, increases, stability, what happens? Stability further increases. Okay, stability further increases. So that means here only one plus IE group is present, but in this case there are 2 plus IE groups. So that means it is more stable than this one. Here there are 3 plus IE groups, so it is still more stable than this one. Okay, so that means, so when compared to this ion, so in this ion there are 2 plus IE groups, here there are 3 plus IE groups. Hence when compared to this one, this is more stable, and when compared to this one, this is more stable. Okay, now next, suppose if minus IE groups are there, if minus IE groups are attached, they decreases stability of cation. For example, if I see CH2 or else CH3Cl, let us assume CH3Cl, or else, so this is cation. Okay, cation means CH2Cl. So when compared to this one, see, actually this chlorine is electron withdrawing group. It will try to take the electrons. So chlorine, it is minus IE group, so it will try to take the electrons from the carbon or else from this atom. So what happens? So already this carbon is in deficiency of electrons, and due to the attachment of this chlorine to this carbon, what happens? This chlorine will further decrease the electron density on this carbon. So that means when electron density is decreased, what happens? The positive charge, the magnitude of positive charge will increase further. That means this group will increase the positive charge. Okay, this is called as minus IE group. Minus IE groups increases the positive charge further. Okay, positive charge further. So as a result of this one, what happens? There is a decrease in stability of cation. Therefore the stability of cation decreases. The stability of cation decreases. Suppose if one more hydrogen is replaced, by another chlorine. Suppose if it is attached to two chlorine atoms, let us assume. So what happens? So this is carbocation. So this carbon, it is having positive charge. So what happens? This chlorine will take some of the electrons, and even this chlorine also will take some of the electron density. So as a result of this one, what happens? The electron density on this carbon further decreases. If the electron density on this carbon further decreases, what happens? The amount of positive charge will further increase on this carbon, because it is suffering from the lack of electron initially, and these two chlorine groups will try to decrease the electron density further, because these chlorine groups are minus IE groups. They, what happened? They increase the positive charge further. Okay, so already it is having somewhat positive charge, and due to these two minus IE groups, the positive charge on this carbon will further increase. Okay, so that means when compared to this one, this is less stable. Suppose if three chlorines are attached to this carbon, so it will become still less stable. Okay, so that means this is more stable when compared to this one, and this is more stable when compared to this one, because these three minus IE groups are attached to the cation. So as the number of minus IE groups attached to the cation, so every minus IE group will further increase the positive charge on the cation. Therefore the stability of the cation will decrease. So out of these three, so this is more stable. Okay, whereas here it is opposite. So with increase in number of attached plus IE groups to the carbocation, what happens? The stability increases. Whereas here, when the number of minus IE groups attached to the carbocation increases, then the stability will decrease. So like this, the stability of alkyl carbocation so can be explained. See, order of stability, if you speak, order of stability of carbocation, if you speak, alkyl carbocation. Okay, so here remember that, so tertiary carbocation, it is always stable, more stable than secondary carbocation, and this is more stable than primary carbocation, and this is more stable than methyl groups. Okay, so this is the order of stability of carbocation. So like this, this is one of the application of inductive effect. Okay, so the stability of carbocation can be explained like this. Okay, the next one is acidity of carboxylic acids. So the next application of inductive effect is acidity of carboxylic acids.